right, Beastal. First off, there's a couple commentaries. Arnold Palmer iced tea. 99 cents, Dollar General. Best iced tea made. I don't drink pop. I don't drink alcohol. That's what I drink. But anyway, my throat's a little sore from commentating on video games, on Modern Warfare 3 especially. I mean, I'll have something up later for you guys. Secondly, I understand there's people out here that say, this is not video games. I don't want to watch this crap. Well, let me tell you something. There's a large group of my subscribers, a diverse group, subscribers, that don't necessarily want to see video games. They come to my channel for sports and anything else. So like I say, I don't limit myself just to gameplays on my channel. I bring you gameplays, but I also bring you other stuff too. And football, National Football League, not callers, National Football League happens to be my main passion in life. In sports and video games, football equals it every day of the week. That being said, had to get that off my massive chest. Let's go here. San Francisco 49ers, the home underdog, getting 3.5 points against the New Orleans Saints. Now, this is a classic matchup of a high-powered offense, great running game, greater passing game, against the supposedly great defense, which I believe the 49ers have a great defense. But I'm going to go back to the Monday Night Football game against the Pittsburgh Steelers, when Ben Roethlisberger was injured very badly, and he tried playing the game, which ultimately cost the Steelers the victory last week against the Denver Broncos. I'll tell you why about that later. But anyway, and I looked at what their offense did with Roethlisberger injured, and then I look at what the Saints offense can do with a healthy Drew Brees and a healthy running game. So I have to take the Saints in this game. No disrespect to the 49ers. Harbaugh's done a great job there. I take my hat off to him. That team was nothing last year, but now they are something. You guys got a good future. Alex Smith playing good ball, but I don't believe you're going to be able to stop the New Orleans Saints. And I think the Saints will win this game 31-17, 31-10, something like that. That's just the facts. I mean, look, I like the 49ers. Their last owner, DeBartolo, used to live in my hometown, from my hometown. Still probably does. I don't know. But the Saints are just a machine. Baltimore Ravens giving 7.5 to the Houston Texans. With Matt Schaub, I would like the Houston Texans. That being said, with Joe Flacco, I still like the Houston Texans with the 7.5 points, but I like the Ravens to win the game outright at home with Ray Rice as net. Houston's got a strong, very strong defense, but unfortunately, TJ Yates, or whatever his name is not going to fare particularly well against that Ravens defense. He's going to be pumped up at home. And we all know what happens in the playoffs with the Ravens at home. Their defense is that good. They're at home. Matt Schaub, I'd have took the Houston to win the game outright. I would have. Now, Green Bay giving 7.5 to the New York Giants. Very interesting game right here. Everybody's counting the New York Giants out. 7.5 points. You definitely have to take the New York Giants. Elite Manning playing the best. The best Manning is playing Saturday or Sunday, whatever it is. He's the best Manning to play the game. If you want a playoff quarterback, you want him over Peyton Manning. That goes without question. However, that being said, I like the New York Giants to win this game outright. I like their defense to put pressure on Aaron Rodgers. I like Eli Manning to have a big game, and I like the New York Giants with that defense to really really rush Aaron Rodgers to get him out of his rhythm. And I like the Giants something like 31-28, close game. I think the Packers score a touchdown at the end, kick an onside kick. The Giants will recover. The game's over. That's what I pick. Now, in the game of the week, which really shouldn't be the game of the week, but it's because Tim Tebow's here, so everyone's talking about Tim Tebow. Because this is a New England Patriot team that is a great regular season team. Let me explain something to you. I don't hate Tim Tebow personally, but the media, the fans, the Tebow fanboys that know nothing about football, you need to be put in your place. The Pittsburgh Steelers, the reason the Steelers lost this game were there a few contributing underlying reasons. Number one, Ben Roethlisberger's selfishness to play himself against the 49ers and the Cleveland Browns the last game of the season, which he shouldn't have played himself in. They should have just been content with making the playoffs. He could have took 2 weeks off, got himself healthy. If he was healthy, they would have won that game. The biggest reason, though, is Mike Tomlin's inability to make coaching adjustments. What the hell kind of defense were you playing? How do you let Ike Taylor go out there on an island and get burned 5 times in that game? You should have made defensive adjustments, and you had the audacity to come out here and say that you would have defended them the same way if you had to do it over again. Guess what? You would have lost the same way, too. Your defense was tired, and not to mention the injuries the Steelers had. Make no excuses. Mike Tomlin and the coaching staff cost you that game, but the injuries were an underlying problem. Bunch of contributing problems there. Pittsburgh's a better team, but you got beat. You got beat because your defense played terrible. You played the stupidest zero coverage. I know you said it wasn't zero coverage, but guess what? Polamalu was out of position the whole game. Aggressiveness, go here, they throw here. He played horrible. He got exposed. He was too aggressive. The defense you played, you don't let Tim Tebow get behind. You don't let receivers get behind you. That's the only ball he can throw. He can't throw nothing underneath or intermediate. That's how you beat Tim Tebow. You make him throw here. You make him do the little things, which he can't do. And the wild card here is the New England Patriots. Tom Brady, Josh McDaniels, and the real wild card is Bill Belichick. Even with that shitty-ass 32nd ranked defense, whatever it is, he will devise a master game plan to already beat them, which I already beat them a couple weeks ago. But I'll tell you something right now. Romeo Crennel, a Belichick disciple, devised a defense that made Tebow have the worst game of his career. And I'm going to tell you something right now. You don't think Bill Belichick's taking pages from every defense? He ain't like Tomlin and LeBeau. He ain't. Look, them guys had too much pride. They didn't want to go with the Kansas City Chiefs, Romeo Crennel style. They had pride. Guess what? That pride got you a ride home, didn't it? Emptyless. But Crennel or Belichick is taking pages out of everyone's defense that stopped him, and he's going to use it. He's going to employ it on Tebow. Tebow cannot make the underneath throws. He cannot make the intermediate throws. Only thing he can do, the easiest throw in football is to throw the long ball. It's easy. You throw it up, receiver runs out there and catches it. Receivers should not get behind the safety in football. But Polamalu, out of position again, played terrible. And the defense they had going to the Pittsburgh Steelers, you got no pressure on them when Kiesel and Thing went out. So I'm tired of talking about that game. The Patriots will not let that happen. They will not. Belichick will not let that happen. He will keep everything in front of his defensive backs, everything in front of his safeties, and that's how they will win the game. And New England will score 45 points, and there's no way that Timothy Tebow will be able to match the New England Patriots touchdown for touchdown. There's no way. It's not going to happen. Tom Brady's a machine. And besides, the New England Patriots, I had something like that. It was bothering me. The New England Patriots, you need to win a home playoff game. Hell, you need to win a playoff game. You ain't won a playoff game since the New York Giants, the Super Bowl run you had when you beat whoever you beat in the AFC, whatever. You ain't won a playoff game since then. I don't know who it was. But you need to show me something because you're a great regular season team, but you haven't done nothing in the playoffs. And Belichick, you need to rebuild this defense because you know what? You only got Brady for another 4 or 5 more years. You need to rebuild this defense quickly. Although offense does win championships in these days and age, it seems. Because look at the Green Bay Packers last year. 32nd and 31st ranked defense, Green Bay and New England are in the playoffs. That being said, there's no way Timothy Tebow can carry this and keep this up. Timothy Tebow's a fine young man. A quarterback he's not. And that's why the Denver Broncos won't commit to him next year. That's why he won't be in Denver next year. He'll demand to be traded if he wants to start somewhere else. But outside of Jacksonville, what NFL team wants Timothy Tebow to start for them in quarterback? No one. Even the Cleveland Browns don't want him. That being said, the New England Patriots win this game 45-17 in a typical New England Patriot blowout. Now, whether they can beat the Baltimore Ravens at home the following week remains to be seen because I believe they will, but New England's playoff record at home is just... Luckily, they drew the Denver Broncos. I did not want to face the Pittsburgh Steelers. But after, looking at how the Steelers played last week, the Patriots would have routed them. So, Tebow magic will end this week. And I told you, I promised you guys a video. Last week, you Tebow fanboys. This Saturday night, the video I promised you is going to be even better. Trust me. You're going to be going crazy. You're going to be doing this all Saturday. So, the bottom line is, Pittsburgh, you disappointed me. Tomlin, you didn't make adjustments. And who's the best in-game adjustment coach in the NFL? Bill Belichick. Case in point, Broncos up 16-6 against the Patriots at Denver 3 weeks ago. What did Belichick do? In-game adjustments. They won the game, 45-23? That's what it's going to be like this week. It can't happen. You will not beat New England and Tom Brady. I'm telling you right now, it won't happen. So the Tebow X, whatever you want to call them, it's going to get bad for you guys Saturday night. I'm just telling you that right now. By the way, I will have a commentary up later too, but I wanted to get this out of it real quick. It's bottom line. Those are my predictions. I'm losing my voice. I'm getting tired. I don't know what it is.